Hello everyone. After understanding what distance and displacement are individually, we will now understand the comparison between these two different quantities. Let's understand this with the help of an example. Imagine you are sitting on a giant wheel. Initially, of course, you will be at some point A. After some time, the wheel will move and the motion will take you from one point A to a new point B. Observe in this example the difference between distance and displacement. By definition, distance is the path length. In this example, the path length, as you can see, is a curved path. And that doesn't matter. We have to stick to the definition. So distance here is a curved path length. On the other hand, displacement is simply the straight line from point A to point B. And it doesn't matter that the path was curved. So displacement is a straight line from the initial position to the final position. In fact, displacement is the vector drawn from the initial position to the final position. And therefore, this is one very important distinction between distance and displacement, that distance is a scalar quantity, while displacement is a vector quantity. Eventually, of course, after one rotation, you will move back to the point A. This, of course, is what we mean by one rotation of the giant wheel. Now, in this example, can you understand that the distance you cover will be this huge curved path length from point A back to point A. So again, distance by definition is the path length, and because it is curved, we say it's the curved path length in this case. However, if you think about it, can you draw a vector from the initial position to the final position? Well, the initial position is the point A and the final position is also the point A. And you cannot draw a vector from A to itself. And therefore, in this example, we say that the displacement is 0. And now you can understand that usually when you have 0 displacement, it means that a body after motion has come back to its initial position. Of course, if the body hasn't moved at all, then also the displacement can be 0. But as long as the body is moving, the distance can never be negative or 0. Why? Because as long as you are moving, there will be some path you have covered. And since path is just the length and length cannot be negative, distance is never negative. Displacement on the other hand, of course, can be positive, negative or 0. So in general, if I have 2 points, say A and B, I can go from A to B in different ways. I can take this curved zigzag road from A to B. And because distance is just the path covered as we just saw, it is this curved path length that we will call distance in this example. Whereas displacement will just be the straight line from A to B. And therefore, like always, displacement is a vector that we drew from the initial position to the final position. And you can see from this example that usually distance will come out to be greater than displacement, because the magnitude of displacement is equal to the minimum possible distance between the two positions. And therefore, usually distance is greater than displacement. Unless, of course, you're traveling in a straight line, in which case there is no difference between distance and displacement, and the two quantities are exactly the same. Finally, you have to remember that the difference between distance and displacement is understood by thinking that to go from A to B, I can take many different paths. And each time you take a different path, the distance depends on the actual path. However, the displacement is just a straight line from A to B. So I can go from A to B in this curved zigzag way, or I can take a different curved path, or I can take a different curved path, and each time the distance is different. However, the displacement being a vector, you know to draw this only in one way, that is in the shortest path starting from A and pointing towards B. These are the major differences between distance and displacement. Thank you.